Ciao Juventini, welcome back to the All Juvecast channel, where of course it's all Juve all the time. I'm Alberto. It's November 23rd. We're going to tackle all the news circulating today about Juventus, and that includes the latest on Leonardo Bonucci and his future with Juventus, as some interesting news broke out this morning. Then of course we'll take a look at Coni de Winter and Rovella, as we have some news about their futures and if it involves Juventus. And then of course Adrian Rabiot, with his contract situation looming and him coming off a great performance for France yesterday against Australia, and then the latest details about Sergei Milinkovic-Savic and if there could be a future with Juventus. All right, so let's get into it. All right, Juventini, friendly reminder to like the video and, of course, subscribe to the channel. All right, now let's get to the news. All right, so Coni de Winter, his performances have not gone unnoticed by Juventus and by other clubs. He currently has 3 Premier League teams interested and 2 Bundesliga teams interested in his services. However, it is being reported that Juve do not want the player to leave whatsoever, and they may be looking at integration with him in the future. All right, so Juventus does not want to get rid of Coni de Winter. As far as Nicola Rovella goes, there is very much serious interest from Manchester City. However, Juventus has let it be known that the player will not be moved, and they will be integrating him next season into the first squad. So that's the latest on Coni de Winter and Rovella. All right, now we get to our current guys. Adrian Rabiot has 2 Premier League clubs, and according to Mirko Di Natale, there will be serious concrete offers coming for Adrian Rabiot in January. Okay, obviously his performance yesterday for France, he continues on a good run of form. He scored the first goal for France and assisted the second one to Giroud. So Rabiot continues his red hot form. All right, now as far as Leonardo Bonucci goes, this is where it gets very, very interesting. It's being reported that Juventus is going to start listening to offers for Leonardo Bonucci, all right, in the coming months. They have that, obviously, that automatic option renewal that takes him to 2024 for Juventus. However, they are going to be listening to offers for Leonardo Bonucci in the coming months. Big news there. But again, his performance has dipped, and there you go. Juventus looking for alternatives, not staying loyal to those older guards. So that would be a shakeup for Juventus, as we've seen them hang on to the old guard for a long time. However, have we seen anyone from the old guard dip in performances quite like Bonucci has this season? How do you feel, Juventini? Let me know in the comment section. Now we get to Artur and Zakaria. They both are expected back at end of season. Okay, so they will be returning to Juventus in the summer. All right, now as far as Scalvini goes, the race for Scalvini is heating up, and it's Inter versus Juventus, and apparently Inter is ready to offer a player that Atalanta is very, very high on to try and get a deal done for Scalvini. So that's going to be an interesting thing to watch, is this Scalvini race, as both teams highly interested in the player. Now, as far as Sergei Milinkovic-Savic goes, the latest is that he does want Juventus. He is working on that agreement with Lazio to try and leave in a good manner, and as a sign of goodwill, have a release clause that is lower, but something that Lotito will be happy with. All right, so this is going to be very interesting. And the latest reports this morning circulating are that he does not want to leave Serie A or Italy, and he wants to go to Juventus. So this is going to be interesting to watch, that Sergei Milinkovic-Savic watch. The follow-up is that certain things need to happen for Sergei Milinkovic-Savic to be able to come to Juventus. And 3 of those details are: Rabiot needs to not renew, Paredes needs to go back to PSG, and McKennie needs to be sold. So those are 3 things that need to happen in order to get Sergei Milinkovic-Savic to Juventus. All right. Now, last, certainly not least, obviously, we talked a bit about some friendlies, if they were going to happen in December or whatnot, as we look to get Pogba and Chiesa and really test their recoveries and whatnot. Those tests are going to come in December. The 17th friendly versus Arsenal is booked. Okay, so Juventus will fly to London. They will take on Arsenal December 17th. 5 days later, Barcelona will travel to Turin to face Juventus there. All right, so 2 friendlies are booked for later on in December. All right, and we talked about Rabiot's great performance for France against Australia. He continues his run of form. And Szczesny got a clean sheet in a 0-0 draw against Mexico for Poland yesterday. And Milik found the pitch, but not until the 88th minute as a sub, all right? So that's it for the Juve Players Roundup coming out of yesterday. And that's your news break to today. Juventini, there's a lot to tackle in there. Let me know what you think, okay? You know the drill. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, but drop your comments, questions, thoughts, opinions on everything you just heard in the comment section, all right? And we'll talk to you tomorrow. As always, fino alla fine, forza Juve. Ciao tutti.